At its deepest level, your body is ageless. Your mind is timeless. Once you identify with that reality, which is consistent with the quantum worldview, aging will fundamentally change. What is he telling us? It's in our mind, just as everything else is. It's in our mind. When was the last time you asked a question of the universe? When was the last time you opened up to something new? I love the BMW commercial. I don't know if you've seen it, but they say, when was the last time that you experienced something for the very first time? We should be doing that every day. Every day, new things should be coming through. That's the wonder of the child. The playfulness of the child. This is one of my favorite stories from one of my favorite teachers. One year, this is about maybe 12 years ago, my sister was in town. And we were preparing for this family reunion that I was hosting. And so we went to the grocery store. We were running late. We had to get the food for the picnic and then get to the picnic grounds. And so I'm shopping furiously, very focused, going through the aisles, getting exactly what we need. And she stops in the toy department and finds a beach ball and starts bouncing the beach ball down the aisle of the store. So I'm really annoyed now, okay? And I said, you know, we really do have more to do than this. And she looked at me. These are my teachers. She looked at me straight in my eyes, and she said, have you forgotten how to play? Have you forgotten how to play? Because, see, that's something the child never forgets. See, even when we have a deadline, just because we have a deadline doesn't mean that we can't have fun. I've seen so many people do such harm in the name of a deadline. Things that you can't even come back from in the name of a deadline. And she was just reminding me, hey, we can do both. Is that a great teacher or what? Okay, all right. So, and then last of all, I want to talk about the joy of a child. I remember years ago when I was getting divorced, and it was a really tough time for me. I was really caught up in anger and rage. I mean, rage, okay? Because to me, this could have been so good. Okay, so I was really angry. And instead, I was seeing love in ways that I never thought love would look. And I look at it and say, how could love look like this? So one of my dear friends and teachers was listening to me rant. And so finally she stopped me and she said, Dar, she said, tell me what the best time in your life has been. So I thought for a moment, and you know, I came up with those thoughts that everybody else comes up with, you know, graduation day and my wedding day, the birth of a child, all those things. But finally I decided that the best time of my life had been those first few months that I spent with the person that I was about to divorce. And so I started talking about that. And she stopped me. She said, Dar, the best time of your life should always be now. No matter what's going on in your life, the best time of your life should always be right now. And I was stunned in that moment. I mean, I just stopped. Not because she was telling me something I'd never heard before. She was telling me something that I knew intellectually. I was stunned because I realized in that moment that I had become hypnotized by the situation, that I had become entangled in the pain. I had fallen asleep. See, I had forgotten my joy. But the beauty of it is, I hadn't lost it, because we can't lose it. I hadn't lost it because we can't lose it. We can't lose any of those attributes that were given in the beginning. We can't lose our joy. We can't lose our prosperity. We can't lose our health. It has to be right where we are. It has to be omnipresent, because that was the promise. So I forgot it, but I hadn't lost it. I just fell asleep. And in that moment, that great teacher in my life woke me up. So we all fall asleep sometimes. We fall asleep in our relationships, in our health, with some diagnosis that we receive, in our finances. We fall asleep. But Jesus is saying, wake up. Wake up to that part of you that is forever young, that part of you that has never left. I got to stop because it's time to stop. But Doctor, I want to end this with something that Dr. Ernest Holmes said, which to me is so prophetic. He says, whatever your years, there is in every being's heart the love of wonder, the undaunted challenge of events, the unfailing childlike appetite for what is next, and the joy in the game of life. You are as young as your faith, as old as your fear, as young as your hope, and as old as your despair. In the central place of every heart, there is a recording chamber. So long as it receives messages of beauty, cheer, and courage, so long are you young. Let it be your way. Thank you for being here this morning, and so it is. Thank you, guys.